Hey everyone, I'm here to help you unlock your true potential. And today, I'm about to reveal a truth most people never learn in their lifetime. If you watch this story till the end and apply it, your life will never be the same again. I want you to wake up tomorrow feeling unstoppable, confident, and ready to conquer the world. Remember, success is not about luck. It's about mindset. Many people believe that being successful is about having the right opportunities, being in the right place at the right time, or having connections. But the reality is far simpler and far more empowering. Success starts with your mind, the way you think, the beliefs you hold, and the habits you develop shape your entire life. Your mind is like a seed. If you feed it doubts, fears, and excuses, it will grow into a life full of struggles and limitations. But if you feed it confidence, discipline, and a growth mindset, it will grow into a life full of opportunities, abundance, and achievement. Unlocking your potential begins with understanding that your past does not define your future. No matter where you come from, what mistakes you've made, or what others have told you about your limits, you have the power to change your story. Every successful person you admire started somewhere, often facing fear, failure, and doubt. What made them extraordinary was their mindset. They refused to settle for mediocrity. They took control of their thoughts, and they acted consistently toward their goals. Today is the day you decide who you want to become. Are you going to let fear and excuses control you? Or are you going to step into your power, focus on what you can control, and start building the life you deserve? Your mind is your most powerful tool, and the first step to unlocking your true potential is believing that you can. Remember, success isn't about luck. It's about mindset. If you commit to changing the way you think, to learning, growing, and taking action every single day, there is nothing you cannot achieve. So take a deep breath, clear your doubts, and get ready to step into the most unstoppable version of yourself. Your journey to greatness starts now. Chapter 1, Meet Freedie and Henry. Let me tell you about two people, Freedie and Henry. Both grew up in the same neighborhood, went to the same schools, and had almost identical opportunities, or the lack of them. On the surface, they seemed alike, but their futures would take completely different paths. The difference wasn't talent, intelligence, or luck, it was mindset. Freddie was smart. He had potential, ideas, and dreams just like anyone else. But every time he faced failure, he reacted the same way. He blamed the system, his parents, or his bad luck. He thought that someone else's success somehow took away from his chances. He would scroll endlessly through social media, comparing himself to others, wishing life were easier. Every evening, he told himself he would start tomorrow, that he needed the perfect moment to chase his dreams, but tomorrow never came. He worked a 9-to-5 job that drained him, spent his energy on distractions, and expected wealth to arrive magically without action. His mindset kept him trapped in a cycle of frustration and mediocrity. Henry, on the other hand, was no different in terms of opportunities, yet his mindset was completely different. Every failure he experienced became a lesson. Every challenge became an opportunity to learn and grow. Henry didn't wait for the perfect moment. He acted with what he had. He invested in himself, learned new skills online, and took small but consistent steps toward building businesses, while others wasted time comparing themselves to the world. Henry focused on building himself. He understood that action, discipline, and persistence mattered far more than luck or circumstances. The story of Freedie and Henry is a powerful reminder. Your environment, upbringing, or challenges don't define your future. Your mindset does. One person can remain stuck, dreaming and blaming, while another can rise, learning and creating opportunities. The difference isn't always visible. It's in the decisions, habits, and thought patterns you choose every single day. Ask yourself, are you acting like Freddie, waiting for life to hand you success? Or are you acting like Henry, building your future step by step, refusing to let excuses hold you back? Your mindset is the key to your destiny. Chapter 2, Henry's Rich Mindset. Henry, on the other hand, had a rich mindset. Unlike many around him, he didn't let failures or setbacks define him. Every failure became a lesson. Every challenge became an opportunity. While others, like Freddie, spent their evenings scrolling social media, complaining about life, or waiting for luck to arrive, Henry focused on action, learning, and growth. Henry understood an essential truth. Success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who work, learn, and persevere consistently. He invested in himself in every way possible. He read books, watched tutorials, took online courses, and learned skills that could improve his earning potential. While others were distracted by temporary pleasures, Henry was focused on building a foundation for a future that no one could take away from him. Starting small businesses was not easy. There were moments of fear, doubt, and failure. Some days it seemed like nothing was working. But Henry knew that setbacks were part of the journey. He didn't give up when the first attempt failed, or when someone criticized him. Instead, he analyzed what went wrong, adjusted his strategy, and tried again. This mindset of learning through action separated him from those who only dreamed of success. Henry also understood the power of patience and delayed gratification. He didn't chase instant rewards or temporary pleasures. He saved, invested, and reinvested his money and time in activities that would compound over the years. While Freddie spent money on gadgets, entertainment, and fleeting joys, Henry spent on knowledge, tools, and opportunities that would grow his wealth even while he slept. The rich mindset is not about being born lucky. It's about thinking differently, acting differently, and persisting when others quit. It's about turning every obstacle into a stepping stone, every failure into a lesson, and every small action into a building block for a bigger future. Henry's journey shows that your mindset is your most powerful asset. If you adopt a mindset of learning, action, and perseverance, nothing can stop you. Growth comes from your choices, your habits, and your willingness to act, not from waiting for the perfect moment or relying on luck. Chapter 3, 5 years later. Fast forward 5 years. The paths of Freedie and Henry couldn't be more different. Freedie is still stuck in the same cycle he was in years ago, living paycheck to paycheck, constantly worrying about bills, and wishing he could get rich. Every day feels like a struggle, and no matter how hard he works, he barely gets ahead. His dreams of freedom, wealth, and a life on his own terms remain just that. Dreams. Meanwhile, Henry's life looks completely different. He owns multiple businesses, invests wisely in stocks and assets, and earns money even while sleeping. He travels freely, spends time with family and friends, and lives life on his terms. The opportunities that Freddie thought were out of reach have become a reality for Henry. So why is there such a massive difference between the two, even though they started from the same place? The answer is simple. Mindset determines reality. Freddie's mindset kept him trapped. He focused on obstacles, complained about circumstances, and sought instant gratification. Every failure made him bitter, and every setback reinforced his excuses. He worked hard, but in the wrong way, trading time for money without building long-term systems or investing in his skills. Henry, on the other hand, treated every challenge as a lesson and every setback as an opportunity to grow. He understood the importance of long-term thinking, delayed gratification, and taking consistent, focused action. He didn't chase short-term pleasures. He invested in things that would grow over time. His knowledge, his businesses, and his assets. He used his time, energy, and resources wisely, and the results multiplied over the years. This contrast shows a powerful truth. Where you are 5 years from now depends on your mindset today. Small daily choices, the habits you form, and the way you respond to challenges compound over time. Success isn't about luck, talent, or connections. It's about how you think, how you act, and how consistently you grow. Ask yourself, will you continue like Freddie, struggling in the same patterns? Or will you think like Henry, invest in yourself, and create a life of freedom and abundance? Your future is built on your mindset right now. Chapter 4, The Mindset Difference. Here's what separates the people who succeed from the people who stay stuck. Mindset. Freedie and Henry started from the same place, with similar skills and opportunities. but the way they thought, acted, and approached life created completely different outcomes. Poor people like Freedie focus on excuses. When something goes wrong, they blame the system, their family, or their circumstances. They say things like, "If only I had better luck," or "The world is against me." Excuses become a shield for inaction, and over time, they trap people in mediocrity. Freedie worked hard, but his energy was wasted on complaining and worrying instead of creating solutions. Rich people like Henry focus on solutions. Every problem is a chance to learn, adapt, and grow. If something fails, they ask, "What can I do differently next time?" They look for opportunities in challenges, and instead of giving up, they take action. Solutions-focused thinking transforms obstacles into stepping stones. Henry's mindset allowed him to turn setbacks into lessons and failures into growth. Another major difference is how they handle gratification. Poor people chase instant gratification, the urge to spend money on temporary pleasures, to avoid discomfort, or to seek approval. They want quick rewards, even if it harms their future. Freedie spent his money and time on things that gave him short-term satisfaction, but left him stuck in the long term. Rich people, however, delay gratification for bigger rewards. They invest in themselves, in skills in businesses, and in systems that generate wealth over time. Henry understood that small sacrifices today could lead to massive gains tomorrow. He didn't get distracted by fleeting pleasures. He stayed focused on long-term growth and results. Finally, poor people work for money, trading hours for income with no lasting leverage. Rich people make money work for them, creating systems, passive income streams, and investments that generate wealth even while they sleep. Henry's mindset made him unstoppable because he built multiple ways to grow his resources without depending on a 9-to-5 job. Freedie, trapped in his mindset, remained a prisoner of time and circumstance. The difference is clear. Mindset isn't just a part of success. It is success. The way you think today shapes your life tomorrow. Chapter 5. Take responsibility. Here's the ultimate lesson. Stop blaming the world and start taking responsibility. So many people, like Freedie, spend their lives pointing fingers. They blame the economy, the government, their parents, or their lack of opportunities. They wait for something or someone to rescue them. But the truth is simple. Your life today is the result of your past choices, and your life tomorrow will be shaped by the choices you make right now. Henry understood this from the beginning. He never blamed circumstances for his struggles. When something went wrong in business or life, he analyzed the situation, learned from it, and adapted. He knew that taking responsibility didn't mean life would suddenly become easy. It meant he had the power to change it. Every action, every decision, and every effort mattered. He realized that waiting for luck, a perfect job, or a mentor to guide him was a trap. Real change comes from taking control of your own destiny. Taking responsibility means being honest with yourself. It means acknowledging your mistakes, owning your failures, and learning from them instead of making excuses. It means understanding that success isn't handed out. It's earned through consistent action. Freedie worked hard in a job he didn't enjoy, but he refused to take control of his growth. Henry, on the other hand, worked smart, invested in his skills, and created opportunities for himself. When you take responsibility, you stop being a victim and start being a creator. You stop waiting for the perfect moment and start acting with the resources you have today. You stop blaming others for your setbacks and start using challenges as fuel for growth. Responsibility is freedom. It allows you to shape your life instead of being shaped by circumstances. Remember, no one will hand you success. No one will give you the future you dream of. It is your responsibility to create it. Start today, make the choices that matter, and build a life that you control. The moment you stop blaming and start acting, everything changes. Chapter 6: Invest in yourself. Invest in skills. Invest in systems. Invest in yourself. These three principles are what separate those who live ordinary lives from those who achieve extraordinary success. Freedie never understood this. He spent his time and money on entertainment, distractions, and instant pleasures. Henry, however, knew that the key to building a better future was building himself first. Investing in yourself starts with skills. Every new skill you learn adds value to your life and your future income. Henry spent his evenings learning online, taking courses, reading books, and practicing new abilities. He understood that knowledge alone isn't enough. It's what you do with it that counts. Every hour spent learning became a step closer to creating businesses, investing in opportunities, and generating wealth. Skills give you leverage. Skills make you indispensable. Skills create freedom. Next, invest in systems. Henry didn't try to do everything himself. He created processes, delegated tasks, and built businesses that could run without his constant input. While Freedie traded his time for money, Henry made money work for him. Systems free your time, increase efficiency, and multiply results. The smarter you work, the faster you grow. Surround yourself with winners. Your environment shapes your mindset. If you spend time with people who are negative, lazy, or constantly complaining, their energy will hold you back. Henry chose to be around motivated, ambitious, and knowledgeable people. He learned from them, gained inspiration, and elevated his standards. The people you spend the most time with determine how far you'll go. Finally, focus on high-value actions every single day. It's not about being busy. It's about being productive in ways that compound over time. The money you make today is temporary, but the foundation you build through skill, systems, and networks creates lasting success. Remember, investing in yourself is not optional, it's mandatory. Your future depends on the actions you take now. Freddie ignored this truth and stayed stuck. Henry embraced it and rose above. The question is, which path will you choose? Chapter 7, Choose Your Path. So tell me, which path will you choose? Will you stay like Freddie, stuck in excuses, procrastination, and the endless chase of instant gratification? Or will you rise like Henry, taking control of your life, thinking long-term, and building a life full of freedom, success, and fulfillment? The choice is entirely yours. Freddie represents the majority of people. He works hard but goes nowhere, complains but does nothing to change his situation, and waits for life to give him success. Every day, he chooses comfort over growth, distractions over discipline, and excuses over responsibility. His life is dictated by circumstances, not by his own decisions. He dreams of freedom, wealth, and happiness, but dreams without action are meaningless. Henry represents the small percentage of people who refuse to settle for mediocrity. He understands that life doesn't owe him anything. He invests in himself, takes calculated risks, and focuses on actions that multiply over time. He knows that success is built brick by brick, through consistent effort, learning, and perseverance. While others chase short-term pleasures, he invests in long-term gains. While others complain about what they lack, he focuses on what he can create. The truth is simple. Your future is determined by the choices you make today. Every habit you form, every action you take, every decision you make compounds over time. Choose excuses, procrastination, and fear, and you'll stay stuck. Choose learning, responsibility, and action, and you'll rise above. It's not about luck, connections, or circumstances. It's about mindset and action. Henry didn't wait for the perfect opportunity. He created it. He didn't wait for someone to teach him everything. He learned and applied knowledge every day. He didn't wait for life to hand him success. He went out and earned it. Ask yourself, which person do you want to be in 5 years? Will you be struggling like Freddie, wishing for change, or thriving like Henry, living a life you designed for yourself? The choice is yours, and the time to decide is now. Take action, embrace responsibility, invest in yourself, and start building the life you deserve. Your path starts today. Which way will you go, Freddie or Henry? Comment below.